Bellara, you okay? You look sad.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking about my brother.
Yeah. Sometimes I see stuff that reminds me of my mother.
What do you do? When it hits you, I mean.
I don't know. I ask someone how they're doing. Then I'm thinking about them and not me.
Oh. I'm sorry, Taash.
Nah. It's a good hurt. Mostly.
Sometimes, when I can't stop thinking about Syrian, I like to remember something nice about him. Or funny. So, could you tell me something funny about Shathan?
She hated apples.
Apples?
Skin always got caught in her teeth. She'd spend all day trying to get it out. Avatosh! This fruit is stupid!
Syrian hated spiders. I mean, more than most people do. Climbed a tree to get away from a big one once.
Yeah?
Well, the nest was up that tree, away from a spider, into more spiders. He refused to leave camp for a week.
Nice. And thanks.
Back at you. So that tablet you found, what did it end up saying anyway?
Lots of stuff about adversaries, about mixing our blood with dragons. Oh, and something they were worried about called the Devouring Storm.
I've never heard that phrase before. I wonder if the archive would know. I'll have to ask, whenever I'm ready to be insulted by it again. That tablet, it said something about the Devouring Storm, right?
Yep, whatever that means.
Just before he died, or, well, whatever happened to him, Anar said something about the storm.
Huh. And he was old. Think he might have known about it?
Could be, I don't know. Feels worth looking into. So, I looked into it a little bit. The Devouring Storm, I mean.
What did you find?
No one knows anything. Not the archive, not the circles, not even Myrna and Vorgoth.
That's weird. You'd think some group of mages would know something.
Right. Here's hoping it ends up being nothing.
Hey, Bellara, why did ancient elves put traps everywhere?
Oh, did they? Oh, I mean traps. What kind of traps?
The kind that set you on fire.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh, it's the magic. It's gotten all confused. The original spells probably weren't even meant for defense. Oh, they'd be helpful, like showing you a map or shining your boots. But the magic is old. You're new, so it doesn't recognize you. Then the magic only halfway works and whoosh.
So I have to dodge fire bolts because some old magic wanted to shine my boots? Magic is stupid. What about elven traps that summon spirits to attack you?
In ruins? Well, it depends on the spirits. Sometimes energy from malfunctioning enchantments damages the veil and draws demons through.
Really? Ugh.
Why, ugh? I know it's disappointing, but runes and enchantments degrade over time. The elves did their best.
It's not that. It's... Ugh, I thought it was a puzzle. I thought the elves left the traps to test us, so only the best people could get their stuff. But it's just broken down magic.
Well, the randomly placed spinning blades? Those are absolutely traps.
Okay. That's something.
Taash, if you're looking for traps, there's a place on Drool's gauntlet.
Yeah?
Yes, it's really ancient, old Elven ancient. It's supposed to test hunters who want to wield the mightiest weapons. It's filled with traps. No one has made it through in ages. Well, not in one piece anyways.
And these are real traps, not broken down magic?
Made by Andrul's own priest to test the greatest warriors of Arlathan. I saw a hunter go in years ago. A few minutes later, big flash of light and his head shot back out. On fire.
Okay, yeah. That sounds pretty great. Hey, Bellara. I wanted to ask you something about your cooking.
Sure. Wait, was there something wrong with the last meal? I told myself that cheese smells a little funny, and then I thought maybe it's supposed to smell funny.
Nah, it's Orlesian cheese. They all smell like that. That wasn't my question. How did you make the stir-fry? It was good. I thought all we had left were greens.
Oh, you can make a meal out of anything if you know how. Just takes a little creativity and some good spices. Have you ever tried to cook food with your fire breath?
Once, I melted through the pot
Oh.
and set the kitchen floor on fire.
Oh dear.
Hey, where'd you learn to cook?
I had to. We all did, kind of. All of my clan, I mean. If it's winter and the hunts aren't going well, you learn to make a meal out of anything.
Couldn't you just buy food? That's what we did. My mother didn't know how to garden.
Didn't always have the coin. We're not exactly known for our wealth. And, you know, even with the money, people wouldn't always sell to us.
That's messed up. You were talking about money stuff before. Took me a long time to realize we grew up poor.
Oh? Why?
My mother made sure I had enough to eat. We even got herbs to help me with the fire breath. She always ate less than I did. Said the Ravani food was too rich for her.
She wanted to be sure you'd eaten and wouldn't feel bad about it.
Yeah. My mother wore the same dress for years, until it was thin enough to read through. Said it was all she needed. I bought her a new dress with my share from my first job with the Lords of Fortune. It was all shiny and covered with ribbons. She said the dress was wasteful, that I should have spent it on new boots for myself.
She's still worried about you.
It was the first time I had gold in my purse. Why could she let me get her something nice?
Old habits die hard, I guess. She wanted to be sure you had enough. What did Shathan do for holidays? You know, the big gift-giving ones?
She'd get grumpy. They weren't holidays she knew anything about under the Cune. But she'd always get me something. Not something big, but something.
We got group gifts, usually made by hand, and always something Syrian and I were meant to play with together.
One year I wanted a pair of fancy daggers like the Antivan crows used. She got me hatchets instead. They were just little kindling choppers. But she helped me decorate them with ropes to make traditional Kunari weapons.
Right, and you got to spend time together, which made them special. Is that why you use axes now?
Well... Huh.
You know what's weird? I mean, besides, well, our entire lives right now.
What?
We've got an Illuvian that goes anywhere, and we've taken it all over Thedas to fight evil. But a spice I've been missing for a week, that would take me 5 minutes to get. Still can't find the time to do it, and it's one of the good ones.
Hey, that thing you said? About not being able to make yourself do the little things? I thought everyone did that. Is that... not normal?
I mean, for me, yes, definitely. It's always been like that. Little things are hard, but big things? I don't know, I guess I know I need to do them so they get done.
Right. The big stuff makes you do it. The little stuff disappears when you're not looking at it. Huh. Were you writing in your book a bit ago?
A little bit. I've been trying to get this story going, but it's been hard. So I'm taking it with me, writing a little bit every time I have a chance.
Gotta be hard to concentrate with Rook talking all the time.
Hey, also fair.
It's easier, actually. Helps me focus to have some background noise.
Again, hey.
I get that. I like to think by the ocean. The sound of the waves washes away all the little stuff. Hey, Bellara. Where'd you learn to fix that old Elven stuff?
Learned through trying, mostly. Luckily, the first ones I broke weren't the explodey kind.
You're better at it than most of the Veil jumpers.
It was interesting, so it kind of became my whole life. It was also part of why Ireland and I broke up. Cooking is the same thing for me. I find it interesting, so I read about it whenever I can.
Yeah, it's your thing. So, all those things you told me about, do they bother you? The focusing and forgetting other stuff?
They did, for a while at least. But I've learned to work with them, not against them. I could try and make myself change, probably fail and get mad, that kind of thing. Or I can try to lean into them, you know? Really embrace the things that make me the way I am.
I'm glad you're doing the second one.
Right back at ya.